Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. If you're like me, you are so glad this week is over. Oh my goodness. It's been a long week. Not a bad week, just a long week. I mean, did someone fit a couple more days into this Monday through Friday? Were there a couple of other 2 days stuck in somewhere? Oh my goodness. But anyway, I'm glad we've come, we're on, what is it, the weekend eve or something like that, you would call it. I'm just happy that it's Friday. It's sunny here in Florida and blue skies, few clouds. That's great. Hopefully it go through the weekend as well. I just wanted to jump on for a little bit and talk to you all about a couple of things that I'm going to have coming up. So if you haven't joined my email list, go up there in the corner and go ahead and click on that, join my email list. If you join now, there's a free ebook as well that you can download, just all free to you, just to tell you a little, well, give you a little information about something I'm gonna be teaching on a little while later. But I am also gonna be sending out emails for my first resume class. Okay, so that'll be really cool for everyone who's interested about building your own resume. So I used to write resumes, and I still can, if you really want to pay me to do that. I just choose not to anymore because it's time consuming. You know, there could be a whole lot of going back and forward. Everyone that I've written their resumes have been really happy about them. I'm actually going to have one of my clients come on one day and talk a little bit about what happened after I wrote his resume and where he is now, so you can see that. Hopefully, I'll get him to talk about that between now and the time I'm going to do the class, so you'll be a little more reassured that I know what I'm doing. But at any rate, that class is going to be October 30th, which is a Saturday. And I will be doing that live, and hopefully you can tune in as well. It'll be on Zoom. The price for that is $39. So if you can go ahead and, well, if you would go ahead and subscribe to my email list, you'll get all the information of how to sign up, the Zoom link, and all of that. All right. I will probably post it at some point as part of another package with a couple of other things that I'm going to do to help you along the way as well. But today I just wanted to talk a little bit about the resume. So, and kind of why I changed to stop doing resumes to actually teaching people how to do them yourself. For one, if you do it yourself, you can always customize it, you'll know, and then you'll never have to pay anyone to do it again. It's expensive to have someone do your resume. If you want to pay for it, great, that's fine. But how much better would it be to just pay a quick $39, learn how to do it, take a little time, and write it out yourself? Who can tell your story better than you? No one, no one. With that said, let me just tell you a little bit about what happened this week. So I told you guys, you know, I still work full-time as well. Freelance work. I do freelance recruiting positions most of the time. Okay. So a recruiter reached out to me this week and said, hey, I've got an opening. Wanted to see if you'd be interested in this position. It's a contract job. I was coming up to the holidays, y'all. So I thought, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm going to buy myself some more nice gifts for the holidays. I got a couple things in mind that I want. So I said, yeah, that'll be fine. He was like, okay, can you send me your resume? I did. A couple hours later, he sent it back, and he said, actually, a couple hours later, he called me back and he said, hey, do you have these things, blah, blah, blah. And I told him yes. He's like, okay, fine. A little while later, he sends me my email back, and he said, I went ahead and made a few changes. Right away, my shoulders tightened, and I was like, And he said, I haven't sent it to the client yet, but I wanted to send it to you for you to review. Okay, one, I didn't know he was changing my resume. So that was a bit of a shock. And then he said, I made some changes. Okay, and now don't get me wrong. When I do my resume or I redo it, I typically like one of my friends to take a look at it. Usually, most of my friends are like recruiters too, or they've been in HR or something. But I'll ask them to take a look at it. And then my friends who've never been in HR, I ask them to take a look real quick just to cast some eyes. Is it readable to you? Does it make sense? Just because a second pair of eyes always help. You know how it is. You look at it, you think, yeah, this is what I want to say, and then someone else reads it, and they're like, I don't understand this right here. So anyway, I was like, okay, fine, maybe he's got some skills. So I just kind of glanced over it, and I was like, yeah, that's good. Everything's fine. I would change this. He had added a few things in there, like about tech recruiting. I don't do tech recruiting. I don't like it. So I don't do tech recruiting. No offense to you all in tech. Has nothing to do with you all. I just don't want to keep up with all the lingo. So I try to stay away from it. But he wanted to add some things in there, fluff up my whole Amazon experience, and add a few more things in there. When I worked for Cisco, there's a reason why I don't work for Cisco. Okay. So anyway, he went ahead and added some things in there. One, he added some untruths. All right. I'm sure just kind of expounding upon my experience. That's lying. All right. Don't do that to me. Right. And the other thing, I know he was just trying to, fluff it up a little bit, but put the truth in there. So I sent him a message back with the resume attached, all up in red. I had made revisions, and I was like, no, this is untrue. I don't do this. I've never done this. I don't do this type of work, because they assume sometime, depending on what area you're in. So I did a lot of corporate recruiting. So he made some assumptions that were not true. I'm not going to let you lie for me, because if that hiring manager wants to talk to me, then I've got to explain, oh, that's not really true. And I know as a recruiter, I've gone down some people's resumes and it was like a whole different person. I was like, well, okay. I remember when I was interviewing for the railroad, and some of my railroad buddies, if you're watching this, you'll remember, Goldie, if you're watching this, you'll remember this one, or Dan. We were doing this interview together. I believe it was Dan and I, and I was in a part of the country, upstate, right? So it was in Boston area. And this guy, he kept coming to the hiring session. So he finally got selected to sit down and talk with us for an interview. And I read his resume and I was like, okay, help me, tell me what happened here. And he didn't have a copy in front of him. It was like I was reading somebody else's resume. He finally told me, oh, my girlfriend did it for me. The whole resume? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, did you read it? No, she did it. I said, so you didn't look over it? He was like, no. I was like, because it says here, you've done such and such. He hadn't. So I just finally, after the first 4 jobs, I pushed his resume back and I said, you know what? Would you, during the break, I want you to go outside and call your girlfriend. Ask her if she's looking for a job, because I have a position here for her that she might be a good fit for, because apparently this is her resume, not yours. Don't let that happen to you. It was really comical. I had to work hard to keep my face straight. Oh, and I can. So as a recruiter, that's one thing I know how to do. My hiring managers used to laugh and be like, how do you do that with the stuff people tell you? Very easy. Keep your face straight, Stacy. And I can go right into recruiter mode and listen to you. Tell me about the craziness that's on your resume that makes absolutely no sense because you didn't take time to read it. Don't be that person. Don't find yourself sitting in front of a recruiter who is looking like this. All right, not smiling, just looking at you, waiting for the next crazy thing that you say, and you don't know what's on your paper. All right, so you want someone smiling like this and happy to see you. All right, so make sure that you know what's on your resume. Make sure it's correct. The only way to do that without going back and forth with someone, the only way you can word it in the way that you know you did the job, in the way that you know you have the experience for the work, in the way that you know the school you went to and the degree that you applied, and heaven forbid the dates you were actually at that job. Oh my goodness, you would be the one that needs to do it, okay? So again, October 30th is going to be my my interview. I am really messing this up. It is Friday, isn't it? My resume creation class, okay? So it'll be my first class that I'm doing. It is just a mere $39. You know, someone else would charge you $200 for a class like this. If you are a part of this class, you're also going to receive a workbook that you can take home with you. I guess not take it home with you. You could just download it. It's going to be online, so you'll download that. So you'll get that workbook. It's going to have several different resume standards or ways that you can create your resume. It's going to have a lot of do's and don'ts. And most of all, you'll have your notes to be able to insert your information in it, all right? So join me on October 30th. I'm not saying the time for a reason, because you need to join my email list in order to get the further information, all right? So you know the cost, you know the day. So don't be that person on the morning of the 30th trying to run in and do it, okay? I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk with you again on Monday. Take care, everyone.